The universe responds to command, not complaint. The universe does not bend to sorrow, it moves to sound. It does not recognize worry, it recognizes authority. You have spent lifetimes weeping before the altar of lack, speaking the language of defeat and calling it prayer. But heaven answers not to your desperation, it answers to your declaration. The universe is not sentimental, it is lawful. It responds to frequency, not emotion, to decree, not despair. Every complaint is a confession of bondage, every command a revelation of dominion. When you complain, you reinforce the prison. When you command, you activate the promise. Say aloud, I now rise in my rightful dominion. I no longer beg the universe to remember me. I remind the universe who I am. For you are not dust waiting for mercy. You are divine mind expressing in form. You were never meant to crawl through existence hoping for favor. You were meant to speak it forth. The word is your scepter, your tongue the throne of creation. What you say becomes the law of your reality. What you repeat becomes the rhythm of your world. Every time you speak lack, the law writes it as truth. Every time you speak abundance, the heavens record it as decree. You are a legislator in the unseen courts of spirit, and your words are the bills passed into form. This is the secret the sleeping world has forgotten, that complaint is worship of limitation, but command is communion with power. The one who commands does not plead, they pronounce. They do not wait for doors to open, they speak to the doors, and the hinges obey. Say this now, I command the universe to align with my highest destiny. I am no longer a victim of delay or denial. I am the voice of divine law in motion. Feel the vibration shift as you speak. The cells of your being awaken to their blueprint of mastery. You are not separate from the power that governs the stars. You are its conscious expression. The same force that hung the galaxies awaits your instruction. When you complain, you vibrate below your inheritance. When you command, you ascend to the throne of divine alignment. The universe does not hear what you want, it hears what you are. If your vibration is complaint, you magnetize more to complain about. If your vibration is command, you summon the resources of heaven itself. The law is perfect. It cannot lie, it cannot fail, it cannot be manipulated by emotion. It mirrors what is spoken with conviction. The moment you say, I can't, the universe closes the door. The moment you say, it is done, creation rushes to fulfill your decree. You are surrounded by obedient energy waiting for orders. Every atom, every opportunity, every open door, they await your voice. The universe stands in eternal readiness to carry out your spoken word. But you must speak as one who knows, not one who hopes. You must command as one who remembers, not one who doubts. Say aloud, I am one with the power that answers before I call. I release the energy of complaint. I move in the current of divine command. Alignment activates prosperity. Prosperity is not earned. It is aligned with. Wealth does not chase the hurried or the fearful, it flows to the one who vibrates in harmony with divine law. You are not meant to strive, you are meant to synchronize. The moment your inner word agrees with the infinite word, all that you have been seeking begins to seek you. The outer world is a mirror, and it only reflects the tone of your inner frequency. When you align with the rhythm of the universe, every door that was closed begins to open, not by struggle but by command. Say aloud, I now align my thoughts, my words, my vibration with divine abundance. I am no longer out of tune with wealth. I am the sound of prosperity itself. There is no poverty in divine mind, no delay in the universal flow. All lack is a sign of misalignment. You cannot vibrate in fear and attract faith's reward. You cannot rehearse failure and receive victory. The law is exact. It cannot contradict your vibration. When you speak of struggle, the current of abundance slows, for the universe mirrors your belief. But when you speak with authority, when you declare that you are already supplied, already favored, already chosen, the energy of the cosmos bends toward you, rearranging circumstances to honor your decree. Say this and feel the power move. I am now aligned with the source of infinite supply. Every cell of my being sings in harmony with divine increase. I release resistance, and I receive with gratitude. For alignment is not found through effort, but through remembrance. You are not outside the flow, you are the flow. You are not separate from wealth, you are its expression in form. The universe does not deliver prosperity as a gift, it reveals it as your reflection. Everything you desire already exists in spiritual substance. The gold you seek, the home you dream of, the peace you long for, all are waiting in the unseen, vibrating at a frequency that matches faith, gratitude, and divine certainty. When your thought, word, and action stand in agreement with truth, you unlock the vaults of heaven. Alignment is the password. It is the vibration that opens the invisible gates. Say aloud, I am one with the rhythm of divine order. Nothing is out of place in my world. All things move toward me in perfect sequence. Prosperity cannot resist alignment any more than darkness can resist light. It rushes to the one who stands in spiritual order. To align is to remember that you are not separate from Source. You are its living testimony. Your task is not to make abundance happen, it is to stop vibrating against it. The misaligned mind says, I am trying. The aligned soul declares, it is done. The misaligned mind doubts, the aligned heart knows. Hear this truth, when your will bows to divine law, you become unstoppable. The universe has no choice but to fulfill your decree. Money begins to move, opportunities awaken, pathways unfold, not because you chased them, but because you became magnetized to them. You have shifted from friction to flow, from tension to trust, from resistance to resonance. Now speak this command into the ethers. I am in alignment with divine prosperity. Every thought I think is a bridge to abundance. Every word I speak is law in motion. Every step I take is guided by infinite wisdom. Feel the calm power rise within you, not the excitement of emotion, but the authority of spiritual certainty. You are no longer pushing against the current, you are the current. You no longer ask the universe to bless you, you realize the blessing has been waiting for you to match its frequency. Alignment activates prosperity because it restores the original design. You, as divine expression, living in unbroken union with infinite supply. There is no more waiting, no more hoping, no more pleading. There is only knowing. There is only alignment. There is only the great I am expressing as you. So declare it with the authority of heaven. I am aligned, therefore I prosper. I am aligned, therefore I receive. I am aligned, therefore I am free. And the universe, hearing its own truth in your voice, responds instantly, for it must obey the sound of its source. Words are laws, speak as a creator. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word still governs all creation. Every syllable you speak is law, every phrase a decree written into the substance of the universe. The mouth of man is the scepter of God in motion. Your words are not idle, they are creative commands that build, shape, and summon. The unseen world bends to the vibration of what you say. To speak is to legislate, and the law you declare becomes the experience you live. You are not a passive participant in life. You are the author of reality, and the script you write is carved from the words you utter. Say aloud, my words are divine instruments. My tongue is the pen of manifestation. I speak not as a beggar, but as a creator of worlds. For life does not respond to silence, it responds to sound. Every statement is a seed, and every repetition waters it into form. When you say I cannot, you legislate limitation. When you say I am able, the universe rearranges itself to confirm your authority. When you declare I am rich in spirit and matter, the vibration of prosperity begins to locate you, for it hears its own name spoken through your consciousness. Understand this eternal principle. Your words are the laws by which your world must operate. What you decree with faith becomes inevitable. The creative force of God lives within your speech. There is no idle chatter in the kingdom. Even your so-called casual words are crafting your tomorrow. Every complaint becomes a command for more to complain about, and every praise becomes a signal for multiplication. You are never not creating. You are always speaking something into being. Say this now with authority. I command my words to align with divine law. I erase every curse I have spoken against myself. I speak only power, only faith, only truth. For the universe is obedient, and your speech is its instruction. The moment you speak in certainty, the invisible goes to work. The ethers begin to move. Circumstances shift. People, places, and events reconfigure to fulfill the law you have declared. The word never returns void. It always manifests according to its vibration. You were born to speak worlds into order. This is the forgotten power of the soul, the realization that you are a living decree. The atoms around you listen for your command. The air itself holds your intentions, waiting for release. Your word is your wand. Use it with reverence and with precision. Say only what you desire to experience, for the law is literal and unfailing. When you affirm health, it rushes to obey. When you affirm wealth, it gathers around you. When you speak peace, it crowns your life with harmony. Do not mock your own power with contradiction. Do not speak faith in the morning and fear by night. The law hears both, and it must respond to the dominant vibration. Be unwavering in your declarations. Speak as one who knows that heaven is your witness. Say aloud, every word I speak is backed by infinite intelligence. I decree abundance, and it appears. I decree freedom, and all chains are broken. The weak beg, the awakened command. The uncertain plead for miracles, the Creator declares them. You are not waiting on God. God is waiting on your word. The universe cannot deliver what you refuse to name. Open your mouth with holy authority. Speak as the master you were designed to be. Your tongue holds the power of life and death, and the world around you reflects which one you have chosen. Now proclaim this eternal truth. My word is law, my voice is power, my speech is sacred. I speak, and it becomes. Let every cell hear you. Let every doubt dissolve, for when you speak as a creator, creation itself bows to your decree. You are the living word in motion, and your voice is the echo of the divine commanding the material world to obey. You are the channel of divine supply. You are not a vessel of lack. You are the open channel of infinite supply. The river of divine abundance does not flow to you, it flows through you. You are the living conduit of God's inexhaustible wealth. The gold of the universe passes through your consciousness, shaped and directed by your belief. You are the bridge between the invisible and the visible, between thought and manifestation, between divine idea and material form. You were not created to chase provision, you were designed to embody it. Every breath you take testifies that you are one with endless supply. Every cell of your being hums with the rhythm of prosperity. Say aloud, I am the open channel of infinite good. I am the vessel of God's wealth made visible. I no longer seek supply. I release it. The world has taught you to look outward, to beg, to wait, to strive, but heaven whispers, look within. For the source of all provision is not in banks or business, not in chance or circumstance, but in your alignment with divine law. The flow begins the moment you remember who you are. You are not the beggar at the door of creation. You are the door itself, through which blessings pour into the world. The infinite is not far from you, it is you in expression. The wealth you crave already moves within your spiritual bloodstream. You cannot be cut off from it unless you believe you are. Say aloud, I now open every channel of divine flow. I am the current of prosperity in motion. I am the pipeline through which God's abundance blesses the earth. Feel the words vibrate through your being. You are not commanding something foreign to come, you are releasing what has always been yours. The law of supply is exact, it cannot fail. You are connected to it as surely as a branch is connected to the vine. When you affirm, I am provided for, the entire universe conspires to prove you right. When you say, I am without, the flow constricts, not by divine punishment, but by your own disbelief. The divine supply does not withhold. It only flows where it is recognized. Recognition is magnetic power. When you acknowledge yourself as the instrument of supply, money, opportunity, and ideas find their way through you with supernatural ease. They come not because you chase them, but because you have become the vibration of provision itself. Say aloud, I am the rhythm of God's generosity. I am the channel of every answered prayer. Wealth flows to me, through me, and around me in perfect harmony. When you give, you are not losing. You are proving the law. When you release freely, the river rushes faster. When you hoard, the current slows, for fear blocks the stream. Be the flow, not the dam. The divine can only increase what moves. The moment you declare yourself an instrument of giving and receiving, the universe floods your life with more to distribute. Prosperity multiplies through open hands and open hearts. Know this truth. You are not waiting for abundance. Abundance is waiting for your permission to move through you. You are the instrument, the vessel, the living evidence of God's opulence. To deny your prosperity is to deny the nature of your source. To claim your wealth is to honor your divine origin. The infinite desires to express its lavishness through your life, through your words, your work, your generosity, your peace. Say aloud with authority, I am the channel of infinite supply. I live in the overflow of divine abundance. I am not separate from my good. I am one with it, and it flows ceaselessly through me. Let the truth sink into your spirit. Feel the pressure of fear dissolve, replaced by the certainty of flow. You are the riverbed through which the gold of heaven moves. You are the pulse of prosperity in human form. The moment you realize this, the struggle ends, for divine supply needs only an open channel, and that channel is you. Faith is the currency of the invisible realm. Faith is the only substance that purchases miracles. It is the divine currency of the unseen kingdom, the golden coin that opens every locked door in the invisible realm. You cannot bargain with heaven using fear. You cannot negotiate with doubt. The universe does not transact with anxiety. It responds only to faith declared aloud. Faith is not a feeling, it is a decree, a spiritual law in motion. It is the evidence of things not seen, the title deed to blessings not yet visible. When you move in faith, you spend from an infinite treasury, for your supply is not in matter but in spirit. Say aloud, my faith is my fortune, my belief is my bank. I spend faith freely, knowing it returns multiplied. The world teaches that seeing is believing, but divine law reverses it. Believing is seeing. Faith calls the unseen into form, demands the invisible to reveal itself, and commands substance to obe. Why the word? You are never waiting for manifestation. Manifestation is waiting for your faith payment. Every answered prayer, every breakthrough, every miracle has already been stamped approved, waiting only for your belief to cash the check. The spiritual world holds your wealth, your health, your destiny, but faith is the currency that unlocks delivery. The timid mind hesitates and delays its blessing. The bold soul believes and receives instantly. Say this now with authority, I am rich in faith. I spend my belief without fear of depletion. My faith purchases abundance, peace, and divine success in perfect order. For faith is not wishful thinking, it is spiritual possession. To believe is to claim is to own, and what you own by faith must appear in your world by law. When you say, I believe, the heavens move. When you speak with certainty, creation rearranges itself to make your word flesh. Faith never asks how, it simply says yes. Faith does not consult reason, it commands reality. Doubt is spiritual poverty, but faith is infinite wealth. Doubt counts what it sees. Faith commands what it knows. Doubt says, it's too late. Faith says, it is done. Doubt sees limitation. Faith legislates abundance. You cannot live under two masters. Choose now which kingdom you will serve, the realm of fear or the realm of faith. The realm of faith is the realm of miracles. Every law, every atom, every opportunity bows to it. The universe itself is a faith-based system. It mirrors belief, not circumstance. Say aloud, I transact in the currency of faith. I buy without money and acquire without price. All things are mine because I believe. Let that truth burn in your spirit. Faith is not begging for divine favor, it is using divine law. It is the knowing that the moment you believe, creation begins to deliver. It is your unseen credit, backed by infinite intelligence, guaranteed by the word of God. When faith speaks, time compresses, mountains bow, and the impossible becomes the inevitable. Understand this. You do not need faith for something, you need faith as something. You are faith in motion, God believing in himself through you. The same power that spoke galaxies into existence breathes through your conviction. You are the mouthpiece of divine certainty. The unseen world responds to your confidence, not your concern. When you believe without wavering, all things move to obey. Declare with fire, faith is my spiritual currency. I spend it boldly, I invest it wisely, I reap miracles daily. Every time you affirm, every time you trust, every time you speak, it is done. The invisible economy moves. Angels deliver, energy aligns, doors appear. The entire cosmos reorganizes itself around your conviction. The one who believes is never broke in spirit, for faith itself is limitless capital. So stop counting coins and start counting convictions. Stop measuring lack and start measuring belief. The treasury of heaven is open to those who transact in faith. Your wealth is unseen but unstoppable. Your supply is invisible but eternal. The faithful never run dry, for they are plugged into the source that cannot fail. Say it once more and seal it in your soul. Faith is the currency of the invisible realm, and I am infinitely rich. Divine law is exact. It mirrors your inner frequency. Divine law never wavers, never guesses, never errs. It does not bend to emotion, it reflects vibration. The universe is a perfect mirror, responding not to what you wish for, but to what you are. You live within an exact system, a flawless order that multiplies whatever frequency you release. This is the eternal justice of spirit. The law gives you back your own word, your own tone, your own belief. Nothing is withheld, nothing is delayed, nothing is denied, everything is mirrored. Say aloud, I now align my inner world with divine perfection. I radiate only that which I choose to receive. For the law cannot be deceived by appearance. It reads vibration, not vocabulary. You may speak of faith, but if you vibrate fear, the universe hears the tremor, not the talk. You may declare prosperity, but if your heart beats lack, the law must return accordingly, for it is exact. This is not punishment, it is precision. Divine law does not play favorites, it operates with sacred mathematics. Whatever you send forth in thought, emotion, and expectation becomes the mold for your experience. Every feeling is a decree, every conviction is a command. The law is the grand architect, building from the blueprint of your vibration. You cannot live in defeat inwardly and expect victory outwardly. You cannot carry fear in your heart and expect faith to bloom in your life. The frequency you hold within is the prophecy of what shall appear. Say aloud, I now calibrate my vibration to the frequency of abundance, harmony, and divine success. Feel the alignment settling into your spirit. You are a tuning fork for creation. The universe echoes your note. If you hum despair, it multiplies it. If you sing gratitude, the heavens amplify it. Life does not argue, it repeats. It is the faithful mirror of your mental song. You are never at the mercy of circumstance. You are always at the mercy of your vibration. Change your inner rhythm, and the world must dance to your new melody. The law is not slow, it is exact. It does not take time, it takes alignment. The moment your inner word matches the frequency of your desire, manifestation is instant. It does not arrive to you, it emerges from you. You are both sender and receiver, both cause and effect. The law of correspondence declares, as within, so without. Heaven and earth obey that sentence. You cannot fool the mirror, only transform the reflection. Say this now, I speak only words of power, I think only thoughts of harmony, I feel only frequencies of wealth and divine fulfillment. The law records every vibration and returns it multiplied. It is the great amplifier magnifying your dominant tone. Therefore discipline your inner atmosphere as you would guard a sacred temple. Refuse to dwell in complaint, for complaint commands more to complain about. Refuse to rehearse fear, for fear is a signal that summons its likeness. Instead, affirm your truth. I am one with divine law. I am the vibration of perfection. I am in harmony with infinite supply. Do not accuse the universe of delay when it is only reflecting your doubt. Do not curse the mirror for the image you refuse to change. Adjust your frequency, and the reflection will bow. The moment you vibrate peace, peace will find you. The moment you vibrate certainty, doors will open that once seemed sealed. The law is exact, and it cannot fail. Feel this truth engrave itself into your consciousness. You are the cause, the center, the transmitter. Life has no choice but to echo you. Say with full conviction, I vibrate in divine precision. My frequency is abundance. My energy is faith. My reality mirrors my perfection. For divine law is not outside you, it is the rhythm of your own being responding with mathematical perfection to every beat of your belief. Align, and the entire universe aligns with you. Speak, and the cosmos repeats your word. Believe, and the law fulfills its eternal equation. As you vibrate, so it is.